everyone! In today's video I'll show you how to paint these 3 cute pumpkins using acrylic paints. This is a sped up version of the full tutorial. If you'd like to follow along in real time with step-by-step instructions, including a line drawing, reference photo and full supply list, head over to my Patreon, the link is in the description below. We can start by painting the shadow underneath the pumpkins. This helps to add depth and makes the pumpkins look more three-dimensional. Because I'm working on a white background, I've mixed a few warm grey tones, starting with a darker shade directly underneath the pumpkins and gradually blending outwards to white. Now we can move on to the pumpkin at the back. This one has a warm yellow tone, so I'm using a combination of warm browns for the shadows and blending into yellow for the highlights. Remember to always keep your light source in mind. In this example it's coming from the top left. That means that we'll add our brightest highlights to the top left side of each section, with more shadow on the lower right and near any overlapping pumpkins. I painted the stalk using a dark brown shade of paint, and then I added some lighter browns to add a highlight, as well as some texture and details. To finish off this pumpkin, I'm adding some little speckles using a mix of green and brown paints. To add these details, use a small pointed paintbrush to dot the paint on in a random pattern so that it looks nice and natural. Next up is the white pumpkin. I'm using the exact same technique here, just this time I'm mixing a range of cream and beige shades of paint instead. Again, remember where your light is coming from and use your darker mixes in the shadowed areas. The lighter highlighted colours help to brighten up each section and help to give the pumpkin more shape and form. I'm working one section at a time to make sure that the paint stays wet while I'm working, which helps to create smoother blends. Once the pumpkin is painted, we can paint the stalk using different shades of brown paint. Then it's time to add some more speckles, this time using lighter greens and oranges. This adds texture and little details that will make the pumpkin look more realistic. The final pumpkin that we're painting is a warm orange one. To paint this, I'm using shades of brown, orange and yellow paints. Just like before, work section by section, keeping the darkest colours on the lower right hand side and in the creases, and saving your brightest highlights for the top left of each section. Once you've built up the shape, you can add those same little textured speckles with a small pointed paintbrush. For the stalk, use a mix of brown and green paint, using brighter shades for the highlight and texture. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you enjoy painting your own version. If you want to follow along in real time with the full-length step-by-step tutorial with reference photos, line drawings and all of the paint colours that I used, remember to check out my Patreon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more art videos like this.